I'm going to make a quick video about managing different instruments or sounds in tidal cycles. By instruments, I just mean things that serve different parts in a track you're working on, like kick, snare, synth, breaks, etc. It's not a justification for using tidal cycles, just something that you will have to know how to approach. So you have kind of a shitty drum rhythm, and you want to add hi-hats. How do you want to do that? There are several different approaches. Now you could just cram it into the original pattern using this notation that lets you play two different patterns at the same time. It works in a pin. I'm not going to recommend this. It's not very robust, and if you do this too many times, you just cram too much in the same pattern. It becomes kind of unmanageable. A better solution is stacking them. So this function just lets you play back two patterns concurrently, but it has the added bonus of you can customize the effects applied to each one. And this gives you more control and differentiate, okay, this is separate from this. I want to control these two separately. The thing that I do most often, though, is just have it on a completely different stream. So you have the kicks and the original pattern here, and this on D2. Now what you can do is use these solo and unsolo functions to make this the only stream that's playing, or make this the only stream that's playing. It's more useful if you have key bindings bound to solo and unsolo, which some Tidal plugins do. I have it in my setup right here. I can press 2 or 1. But what I usually do, how I would approach this, is two things that are separate from this. One, have everything split as much as possible, so the kicks are separate from the hi-hats, are separate from the snares. And then instead of patterning the sample, like the sample folder, I would pattern the N. So it's just, it's the same pattern, saying play back the first index in this folder of samples. And then the sample is separate, because if you have, it keeps the pattern less cluttered and more consistent, makes this easier to swap out. And it's crucial to do for longer folder names like ginseng, like crash cymbals, which is a folder of sounds I use frequently. And then you can just kind of toss it in and iterate on it much faster and easier because you have this separate. And then also you can sculpt each sound individually. Same pattern. It's the same pattern. Just with a bunch of functions applied to each one. And this is, in my opinion, far better and more interesting than this. I hope this helps.